Game number 1, everybody! Semi-final time. Washed France against Granit Gaming. So, well, it's obviously the old washed-up lineup, more with a French touch now, since pretty much HeroesHype is the only remaining German, so it seems like the French are completely taking over the team here. Chris has obviously joined up with Granit Gaming, so he finds himself on the other side now. But it's actually kind of interesting, because Washed France is such a weird name to begin with. It sounds like all French are dirty and they finally found a shower. I mean, other people suggested the washed baguette, but as I said, if there's ever been a sexual innuendo in a team game, in a team name, then that's that. The best that I've heard so far is actually Frenched up. That would have been kind of fun, because then it makes a lot more sense, but again, we have Washed France. I don't know what that exactly is indicating, but that's what they went for then at the end. They go up against Granit Gaming, so Chris is fighting against his old team, so to say. It is a best-of-3 series, again, as we're heading into the HeroesHype Premier Series semi-final, and Infernal Shrines is the first map. Now with Ty on the other side, the first thing that happens is that Zeratul gets banned out, so he gets eliminated immediately. And we have the hammer hall, so just get knocked out there. So the first thing that happens is they're looking at Ty and they're like, Zeratul, nah. On the other side is like, HeroesHype on hammer? Thank you, no. And it seems like Washed France also watched the previous games from Granit Gaming when they played against Feel the Heat. So no Vala for Chris. Which is actually pretty awesome. I mean, at this point, again, you play against your old teammate, right? So obviously they know what Chris really wants to play there. They've seen the previous series. They know what he's been doing on Vala, not only in Infernal Shrines, but also on, I think it was Dragonshire. No, even a ban on Chen this time. It's just a fun setup here. So, let's see. Let's see what the French are actually able to pull off here together with HeroesHype. The only remaining German, the last German standing on Washed France. And they're going up against, oh well, at least one more German player here. Okay, ETC. ETC is always a nice pick for them because, again, you're in a setup where you're picking a hero away from your opponent's team that they want to play, and you add a good hero to your lineup. It's a 2-for-1 there, so to say. But since we're talking Infernal Shrines, Granit could start with Malfurion again. They did that previously a few times. Malfurion. Honor! And there's Malfurion. Yeah, Hanzo in a special kind of autism there. Honor! Like, that guy is not going to shut up, no matter what you do. Always the same with him. Okay, what else? With that setup already taken, I mean, we're having again Chris on Hanzo, so now that he doesn't have his Vala, he at least gets a second choice. Jaina and Anna. Nano boosted Jaina again, so that's going to be tricky, especially if Masquerade goes into the mosh pit and is able to lock one in. Then Mene can just wreck them. Very likely gonna head up with the Ring of Frost again, usually Mene's preferred choice, unless there is obviously some other hero that he needs to control with the slow from the water elemental and he needs to throw that in, keep himself alive, for example. With this, we're having Falstad banned. No chance for HeroesHype to make a play with that. No chance of these gusts into corners and then Ring of Frost following up on it. So that's not happening. And let's see, on the ban side, what are you getting rid of on the side of Granit Gaming? You can target Lauba again, go towards the front line. And get something banned out, like Diablo, for example. That would be one. Like Hero's been insta-banned in the previous game, but not so far here. Leo instead, taken away, okay. So with Leo eliminated, you have still a couple of tanks that you can take now. Johanna is up, Diablo is up. If they want to go super aggressive, they could go Anub, but as mentioned before, Anub has started to fall off very heavily. That entire style is starting to become a little bit more difficult to really set up. But yeah, let's see if it's going to be the Dibbles play for him now. That would be pretty cool. I mean, Diablo on this map is actually really solid. And if you have Hanzo with the arrow, then you can also set good combos off with, there we go, Hanzo arrow into Apocalypse, just to name one. Copenhagen on Malthael. Malthael just sounds like he has throat cancer. That happens to you guys if you smoke too much, so stop smoking. Smoking is bad for you. You sound like Malthael at some point. You're just sitting there and it's just like horrible. And yeah. never really thought about this before. Even Tychus sounds better. It's probably because they took his cigar away. Rip. Blaze comes in and Tychus. Alrighty. So, good sustain for them. Tychus also now locked in. Tychus is always a bit of an interesting one because I mean, obviously he can go straight into Odin, which is pretty sweet there, but he also exposes himself oftentimes quite a lot because his auto attack range is really low. So that's sometimes a bit of a problem. Last pick then again. What are we gonna get from Granit Gaming here for the last pick? Medivh! Alrighty! Medivh comes in and that secures the hero for Ty in Infernal Shrines. Game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Washed France against Granit Gaming. Let's head into the first game of the series. Game number 1, everybody! On the left side here on Infernal Shrines, we have Washed France with Dequaza on Blaze, Mene on Jaina, Banana H on Ana, Hazops on Tychus, and Masquerade on ETC. On the right side, heading with Malfurion, Lauber on Diablo, Copenhagen on Malthael, Chris on Hanzo, and Ty on Medivh. Alrighty, so let's set this one up. Medivh again, like that hero, you either love him or you hate him. So, yeah, that's the thing. I said it previously and I say it again. I don't even know why Blizzard is actually, or has named his level 20 talent Medivh cheats, because that fucker cheats from level 1. I mean, just look at this shit. Just flies over the opponent and is just like sitting there like, caw, caw. Okay, that makes him sound like a duck or something. I don't care. But either way, like, that, if that's not cheating, then I don't know what is. So, Ty is going to try and bring his Medivh power into play here, which I can definitely see from him. But yeah, his hero pool is even more expanding at this point. So, with this, we're now having a bit of a focus on Masquerade for just a moment. In that frontline position. Towards the top, Malthael is already sitting tight with Dequaza now coming in, riding in as a little snowflake here. As we're having down to the bottom of the map, Medivh doing his thing again. And yeah, that's cheating. So, just flying around here. And it's like, fly like an eagle. Yeah, you're a pigeon, my friend. If anything, you're a pigeon. Like an air rat. Oh, Lauber on the other hand! Oh my god, that was sexy as hell! If Henning would have locked down that route, that would have been amazing. I mean, just imagine a kill here. That would have been super fun. I mean, at this point, he just jumps in deep on the minion, gets the connect with Tychus, and is able to flip him in, but not quite connecting with that root. But a cool setup either way. 8 stacks by now on the baseline for Medivh. Obviously going to keep an eye on that and see if he is able to take that. Or if he's going to be taken out at some point and loses the stacks here. So with this, we're having Dequaza and Copenhagen still sitting at top side. That's a cool skin, by the way, for Malthael. That's really a cool one. And yep. Well, you gotta be a little bit careful with that thing because, well, as we learned, especially in some regions of the planet, people are a little bit sensitive, and if you run around with that Malthael skin, wide robe on a hero, I mean, if that isn't a KKK sign, then I don't know what is. I mean, we already heard that the frog is apparently a Nazi symbol, so Blizzard obviously starting to take a bit of a tilt to the right here. Kappa. But yeah, Pebiga, aka Chris and Henning, now duo tagging down at the bottom of the map. It's obviously more about the camps than anything else right now, but level 4 abilities are in for both. And against Lauber's Diablo, that means that we're having the bigger they are. And oh my god, they are burning him down quickly. Lauber trying to escape, and he gets the portal and is able to get away from this one. Damn, son. That was actually insane that he got out there. That was a really nice burn from Hazops, and especially with a flank coming in from Blaze, that was a fantastic setup. Able to get the quick slow against Diablo, getting the full duration through, and that is pretty sweet. But again, the save was also well executed. So both of them already good plays here. Not a single kill in the game. I mean, this is again the setup that in the previous time was the grand final of pretty much every single tournament, right? For the last, I would say, 4 weeks. These two teams have pretty much met in every single final. And honestly, Washed Up has gotten most of the victories. But now both of the lineups have changed. Granit Gaming changed out 2 players. They're playing now with Copenhagen and with Chris. So, as I said in the quarterfinal already, they let 2 players go, or 2 players left. Fury and Svangrota. They replaced them with pretty strong players here, especially of course Chris. Fantastic in that position now. And then again, Washed France has now slightly changed their own lineup accordingly. So this means that we might see a different dynamic between the two teams. But they seem, at least for now, still evenly matched here. Again, good setup against ETC, but Lauber gets shut down quickly. And level 7 abilities, a little bit quicker for Granit Gaming right now. With this, we're also having them now with the Malevolence, Massacre as well. And the position on the shrine, but an advantage for Washed France. And yeah, the problem that we're gonna have later on is obviously Odin, but for now, level 10 abilities are not really part of the equation. So you need to be a little bit more careful with this. But at this point, there's the attack, and the level 7 abilities could still be a problem for Lauber if he gets knocked down a little bit harder once the bigger they are comes through. Copenhagen is already moving out there, but both of them just dancing around. They're dead even on the points now, 228 just a second ago. Now again the zone out as Dibbles is looking for an opening. Masquerade is a little bit low, gets the slide in, good shield from Tai, and they take the Mortar Punisher. It's a close call, but they get in and try to make the play for Hazorps. Malthael jumping in, not getting the kill secured though. Punisher jumps before the wall, by the way. Nicely done. They're gonna break a lot of those structures now, trying to move through here. Very well done. Jump triggered before the wall, which means that there's no easy defense for Washed France, and that could eventually also lead to them losing the fort itself. Setup, good portal control. Very good portal control, actually. Tai putting the pressure in, but still, that was nicely done. But as you can tell, that fort is suffering a lot at this point. Yep, nearly going down. They're not quite gonna get it. But it's close. Definitely was close. There is a lot of quest talents on the side of Washed France in particular, though, so that's something to point out for sure. I mean, we're talking about the Unstoppable that you get for Blaze eventually with the new habits. At the same time, there's obviously then the Dash and also the Prog Rock. So once that all of these quest talents are completed, that's a big power spike for Washed France. So something to definitely shine a bit of a light on. Also, 22 stacks on the baseline for Medivh, so he's still a fair share away from having his quest completed. Masquerade is a little bit isolated now too, but there's Mass Vision, of course. I mean, we have Chris with his own vision, and on top of that, we're also seeing the bird still flying around here. And let's see, top side, Malthael is still trying to see if they can maybe take down that fort after all. Malfurion on the other side is also kind of low, but Tai is there. The play against Masquerade, and is that the first kill? Yes, it is. First kill in the game after 6.5 minutes. Well played here. Chris with the final hit as he gets the scatter shots controlled. There's another portal up at the top. And that's jumping in, actually trying to go for at least one target. Mena is currently sitting there, just like, I am not quite sure if I really like this spot. And yeah, he's on the run on the money pick, but he shouldn't be able to escape here. He's trying, but if he would have gotten out there, that would have been insane, but okay. They hunt him down eventually and get the kill, and that's now 2 kills against 0. Level 10 abilities are ready for the 2 of them. And now we have the Hanzo Arrow into Diablo Apocalypse setup. But we also see Ring of Frost for follow-up with a potential Mosh Pit leading to charge. And of course, as mentioned before, Odin as well. So this is going to be a really difficult setup, I feel, for Granit Gaming when it comes to getting the shrine, getting the objective, outside of them winning the team fight right away. And they have more than only one setup for Apocalypse. It's not only that they can rely on Hanzo's Arrow to connect, but they also have the Leyline Seal for Medivh, which is another cool setup for them too. So yeah, something to watch out for here. Top lane, Tequaza pushing the waves through, but Medivh is already there and is doing his thing again. Cheating as usual. Fly like a pigeon. Heading at the bottom of the map. I mean, there's just like a little bit of an easygoing attempt to get all of the camps that are still available here. Masquerade gets sniffed out too. I mean, Chris obviously is never going to let anything get close to them without providing vision when they go for something like this. Yeah, by now we're also having the move straight into the shrine again, activating in another 8 seconds. 2 kills against 0 so far, but this is going to be the really important one, because now Granit Gaming has to prove that they can still win shrines even after Odin is up. And that's an Arcane Punisher that we're now talking about. Okay, and well, the Let's have a bit of a look at the well, top lane is camp against camp. But this is going to be the interesting one. 10 versus 10. Who gets the setup for his combo? Henning, yeah, tries to set it up already. They're making the play for Masquerade for just a second. Arrow is in. No Apocalypse, waiting for the ley line. And good bunker denying the ult from Malthael. Yeah, now that Odin is out, I'm going to have a tough time pushing into this. Nice deny on both sides, by the way. There's the ley line. Is there going to be an APOC? No, not yet. No APOC used, no combo for this. Masquerade a little bit low. Ring of Frost doesn't connect. And the attempt to save Chris. And it's successful. Chris moving out. 27 against 16 stacks now. And once again, we're seeing Washed France on the point. Trying to take the position here. Trying to go for the Punisher. In the meantime, Apocalypse. But the Unstoppable as the quest on level 1 is completed. Saves Blaze once again. Moshed it, baby! And the kill against Malthael. Malth down. First kill for Washed France. And they should be able to get that Punisher. Or do they? They get zoned out now, but it's 38 against 33 stacks. This is maybe even gonna be close. Oh, Nequaza in trouble, but they get the Arcane Punisher. Ty is trying to move away, and Ty is on 37 stacks. If Ty dies, he's gonna lose 37 stacks. Jaina has fallen. That's at least one win, and Ty completes his quest. Arrow again gets completely dodged. Yes, the fight still continues, and left alone at the bottom of the map is the Punisher as it starts to move in against the fort. In the meantime, talking forts, the one at the top has been destroyed by the Shaman camp, and Blaze is the one preventing the worst as the entire wall has already fallen at the keep itself. The defense therefore quite easy at the bottom of the map as they're starting to jump in here and take this one out. 3 kills against 1 now. Washed France, they get the Punisher, but they didn't get a lot out of it. And especially saving the stacks on Medivh was pretty important in the last setup that we saw there. Yeah, it could have been worse, like a lot worse for Granit Gaming after they lost this one, but so far they're looking good still. 24,000 damage for Hanzo, 25,000 for Tychus. Burning down Diablo is obviously something that will give him a lot of damage. Jaina already dying 2 times here. Only 1 kill against Malthael, but it was a really cool fight. I mean, Bunker also denying the last rights, that was pretty sweet. We didn't see a combo with Arrow into Apocalypse or a Leyline Seal into the Apocalypse. Instead, he went for a solo play later that nearly got them a kill. But let's not forget that especially on level 16 when we have dominance, it's going to be a huge difference with Diablo in those fights. I mean, you literally have one-shot potential with Diablo if you play your cards right. Malthael is a little bit far out here, but there's a bit of a fight happening down at the bottom of the map, and he's able to push another lane out, which means that we're going to see some damage on the keep itself. Now, it's not going to be insane amount, but it's slowly starting to lose some hit points, and whenever we're going to see a Punisher move through here, the likely result is going to be the elimination of the keep top lane. And the next shrine spawns topside. So if it's won by Granit Gaming, they have a solid chance of defeating or taking down the first keep in the game here. Now with that said, there's still a bit of bot lane pressure. 16 is obviously the next milestone for both teams, and it's a bit likelier to happen for them here too. No last right stack yet. Portal set up again, and every single time you see the portal, Blaze is getting ready, because the entire setup is of course centered around portal control now. They're trying to control that as much as they can with ETC, with Blaze. And so far, it hasn't really worked out the way that they wanted, but I really like the approaches that we're seeing from both of the players. Just dropping, for example, the oil spill onto the point and then starting to slow opponents down, aiming the jet propulsion, hoping for someone to move through so they can capitalize on the stun. 16 is there, which gives us the domination. Now we're talking. One shot is an option now. It makes just Diablo in general so much scarier. It's fantastic talent for him. Top of that, we're also seeing the stable portal, and the portal is already getting used to jump a little bit in, jump a little bit out, get a little bit of damage onto that keep, start to poke it down slowly. Yeah, well, at this point, they're moving in with 4 heroes, not so slowly anymore. Wall stun, they're going for Hazorps, and he gets saved. The last rights a little bit too early, and now Malthael in trouble for just a moment, but the inevitable end saves him. They're trying to retreat here. Good dodge on the Ring of Frost, but still a bit of damage taken. Leyline on the ground, and the attempt to go for Jaina, but also the bunker on the ground. Mosh pit, and the shield from Ty, but he can't shield them all. Malthael and Hanzo both eliminated. Great play by Washed France here. The Frenchies, the Baguettes fighting back, getting 2 kills now. Level 16 in their hands. They want more and they're trying to go for more. They're trying to go for Lauber, but he is saved again. Tie with a couple of incredible plays now in this game, but they still lost 2 and now they're likely to lose another Punisher. Yeah, the top lane pressure is definitely starting to become more of an issue for Granit Gaming now. Now they have done well early by taking down the fort and putting pressure onto the keep, but now with the Immortal likely going to be taken by Washed Up, there's a chance that they are going to start losing some ground here. And they are on even talents and on even experience with their opponent again, but this is going to be a freebie for sure. Blaze is the one rotating around now, trying to get the experience still. There's a bit more pressure at the bottom of the map with the camps that are pushing in here, but the attention is mostly focused onto the top lane. And they're trying to wrap around here. They're trying to flank in from the side. There's no vision here yet. Diablo jumps onto ETC, trying to get the setup here, and they're moving in immediately. Nearly a kill already against Chris, and he's no! He survives through the Ring of Frost that connects with 3 heroes. The Punisher jumps in, and they are just murdering everything here right now. Mena, of course, with the Nano Boost is trying to get the kills in. Nano Boost already wearing out, but there's Malthael getting the last rights through. First stack for him. He himself dying, though, and still a 1-for-1 trade, and that fort hasn't even been eliminated. Chaotic fight. Heavily chaotic fight. But when it's over, it's actually a trade with kills, and the fort isn't down either. Now, Washed France had a really cool setup and idea initially to really jump behind them, but Lauber got ahead of them slightly by jumping onto ETC and forcing them to split a little bit, and that allowed them now to defend the top fort, hold on to the structures, and still trade kills evenly, and get an additional stack for Malthael too, which is obviously pretty amazing as well. So this is a really cool setup that we just saw there. And from Granit Gaming, that defense, not bad. Not bad at all. Also, Mena, Lauber a little bit... Lauber's in trouble actually now. Yeah, okay, gets the shield there. He wanted to go for Mena and get the flip, but couldn't quite get that through. But Lauber is still not safe. Now the portal comes through, and Medivh is doing his usual thing again. Medivh. That old cheater. Okay. Malthael just sitting topside for the experience. 20. 20 on the board now, soon for both. Yeah, and 20 is gonna be interesting. Especially since Medivh and Diablo can go for some nice combos there as well. Hanzo obviously too. But let's see. Slightly the experience now for Washed France, but either way, this advantage is so small. So slim. Should never really be an actual advantage in the game. But yeah, let's see. Okay. At this point, we're having the fort nearly eliminated. Washed France is taking more and more control of this, and this is actually a good kill because the next one is going to spawn right here, which means that now there's no retreat point for Granit Gaming. Malthael is getting camps. They have a slight leading experience now because he's been on that top lane for quite some time and therefore had a double soak going for them. So yeah, that's going to help them too. It's going to be 20 versus 20 on the objective. I would be shocked if that's not the case. When it comes to the damage, 36,000 against 43,000. Mena bringing the pain, so does Tigers. Yeah, but also Medivh. I mean, there's a lot of heroes on the side of Washed Up that really chip in. I mean, you look over to Diablo, you look at Malthael and Medivh, all of them above 20k now. Which is pretty good for them. Still, there's the 20, and there's the objective getting announced. Both of them will have their Storm Talents. Alright, no one can stop death. Hellgate, Bullseye, already taken, all 3 of them. Tranquility upgraded immediately, and Medivh cheats. Yeah, what else is new, my friend? No shit, Sherlock. Water is wet, the sky is blue, and Medivh cheats. As I said before, that's not a thing that happens on level 20, that starts at level 1. Alright, 4 kills against 4. This game is intense. Game number 1 in the best of 3, the semi-final right now. But let's see. Top lane pressure through the camp. That is likely going to eliminate the top keep of Washed France. That's a great advantage for Granit Gaming right now, but the attention is focused down at the bottom of the map. Who is winning this fight? This could decide the fate of the game, one way or another. There's already the poke against Lauber. There's the stun. Hazu can't get close enough, but there's the Odin, the big red button. immediately used and forcing them off the lane. But as I said before, top lane, yep, this is gonna be the GG for the top keep. And the core might actually suffer a little bit of damage as well, depending on the setup here. But down at the bottom of the map, the game could be decided in the team fight. They're trying to go for Masquerade. Ah, the ring connecting with two. The Apocalypse ice blocked by Mene. Everybody's still alive. Both of the teams have not gotten a kill in this battle just yet. It's honestly an insane setup considering that we are so late in the game. Keep topside is down, core under attack, shields are falling. Still, the core is going to be able to defend itself, but might suffer a little bit of damage depending on the catapults. Here comes Masquerade, and there it is, the mosh pit. Lauber with the interrupt, but he's down. He's going to come back, had the souls ready, but can they somehow get the counter kill? That's the big question. It doesn't look like it. Tai again in Raven form. Hanzo falls, but so does Jaina. We're still having Henning and Tychus in the middle. At the same time, the core is losing HP. But the catapult is going to be taken down any second. 93, and it's eliminated. And we have a 4 versus 4 on the map. Punisher taken by the red team. Big advantage now for Granit Gaming. They took the objective, and they're pressuring this hard. Great setup for them. Absolutely insane. I mean, again, 6 kills against 5. They won the objective even after they lost multiple heroes. And the aggression that came from Washed Up was just not enough to give them a big lead here. Now we're having them moving into the middle. They're not even going for the bottom keep. Instead, the focus on the fort in the middle of the map. So at this point, the attack is there. Medivh the entire time providing one portal after another. Jet Propulsion comes in as the defense is set up for Washed France. They're trying to get that fort in the mid lane protected. Dibbles doesn't really have a lot of souls yet. Oh, that ley line. Oh, and the APOC. And that could be a kill. And Hazu survives the fortified bunker. But the arrow long distance could secure the kill. And they get one. Blaze is down. Hazov's on the run. Oh my god, the Ring of Frost. Malthael is dead. What a carnage. Oh my god, that game is just all over the place right now. Lauber again with the portal trying to cut Hazov's off. He himself is in trouble too though. Gets saved barely. Masquerade wants the kill with Banana H. The portal, and Dibbles is down. The bottom keep has been eliminated though, and now we're seeing Washed France with 2 keeps taken apart. What a game. Absolutely insane. Oh god. First game of the series and it's already a blast. I love this. There's currently only a single stack, by the way, for Malthael, so outside of this one that we've seen previously, he wasn't able to get much more. But the position on the map is just so good now for the team in red. Granit Gaming, they might be a kill behind, but they are definitely winning the game when it comes to structures. Doing incredibly well there. So yeah, all the structures eliminated on the side of Washed France with the exception of the keep in the middle. And since we're having actually the shrine spawning in the mid lane, it means that both of the outer lanes are going to put heavily against Washed France. Would be a bit of a different story if it was an outside shrine, then it could at least easily defend one lane, but that's not the case here. The timing on the camp is obviously going to hinge on situation, but as you can tell on the minimap, they're already getting pushed back. Map control is heavily in the hands of Granit Gaming. Their lanes are very much so pushed out. Medivh is just setting portals up, and this is just to scare the shit out of the opponent. Doesn't matter there's nobody there, you don't necessarily know that, so there's always a chance that someone is going to jump on you. Yeah, and they're already preparing for the next objective. Camps taken everywhere, catapults obviously pushing in through. Bot lane has at least a little bit of a defense for Washed France because they have taken down the bottom fort, so that means that at least the catapult is spawning on every third lane that can give a bit of resistance. Not a lot there. But yeah, it is a crazy setup. I mean, look at just at the map. Nearly every single camp has been taken already by the red team, and they're going to take this one too. So, yeah, looks pretty epic for them. And it's all about just waiting for the next objective, and there we go. Shrine gets activated. And now it comes down to the timings, and Washed Up is in a dire spot here. Lauber, 58 stacks for him. Now, if he can get a few more stacks for Diablo, that would of course be great for him in his hit point pool. But at this point, he will have to rely on the ones that he has. Has the Soul Shield. You know, there's already the camp taken, so this is going to push the top lane even harder. They're trying to push this out a little bit and take at least the catapults down, but they have to face the music. They can't allow another Punisher. We're talking about 24 minutes into the game, and there's the lead. Big red button is going to play a huge role with this, but the top lane is going to be a massive, massive problem for Washed France. Eventually, they have to put someone in. That could be a disaster if that kill happens. Banana H in trouble. Banana H goes down. Ana eliminated, no more support for them, and can they get the counter kills? The mosh pit! What? Oh, and Tiger shits on them with a big red button. Oh my god, they get the kill against Ana, that's basically the kill in the game, but then they lose 4 heroes in the process. What a disaster for Granit Gaming now. Shields are falling again, but Mene is there. Mene is ready. Yes, the core is losing even more hit points, and actually quite a bit of that. I mean, just look at this. Even with Mene defending, they still lost another 10% on the core, but this is just brutal. Granit Gaming, they lost 4 heroes. They have 2 for the defense right now. They obviously have no chance of doing anything here. 30 stacks against 10, but they have to somehow hold on to the game. It's not over yet, guys. This is going to mean the end of the fort in the middle. It might even be the end of the keep, but keep in mind, there's 2 keeps taken down by Granit Gaming, and they already take additional camps that will push these lanes harder. Arcane Punisher is now claimed, and if at any point catapults get onto the core of Washed France, it's pretty much lights out. We are 25 minutes into this. And with only 83% on the core, this is an easy one. Yep, there's already the camp taken, so that means that Blaze might have to stay at the bottom of the map. That means only 4 hero can attack here. It is not over by any means. Not by a long shot. 12 kills against 4, against 8, they're gonna bait that over. Bot lane is pressuring now. Top lane as well. Yeah, and Washed France gonna try to end if they can. They're already looking for another mosh pit. They have another 18 seconds until the cooldown is back up, but they need to do a lot here. And here comes the big red button, but we also have that Punisher down to 30% HP. And both of the lanes are pushing now. Washed France, are they okay with the keep or do they want more? They're okay with it. They know they can't get much more here. Especially with the pressure now coming. Double catapult on the top lane, 1 catapult on the bottom of the map. They have to retreat. They have to go back. They can't wait this out. If they get stalled out and they don't end it immediately, they're going to lose it. Winians are reality at this point. They're an absolute reality. So the lanes get stopped, just barely. But the map control is still in the hands of Granit Gaming. Yes, they lost the keep in the middle of the map, but you still have to realize that even if you lose the keep in the mid lane, this is the easiest lane to defend because you have the closest distance from any objective that you take. Especially from the bottom, it's easy to defend. That's exactly where we have the next shrine spawning. So mid lane is not going to be the biggest problem for them right now. The problem is that if you get wiped again, it's over. But they're still fine here. Hanzo, by the way, hasn't completed his level 1 yet. Outside of that, Diablo hasn't completed his 13 yet, but outside of those 2, all of the quest talents have now been completed by the players. So, for now, still the defensive position for Washed France, because despite the fact that they just won the last objective, they have to be careful here. Talking about being careful, Medivh is already ready to set up another portal. He wants to set that portal up. All you need is one good combo. Get the ley line out, get the APOC, and then you can get your kill. Yep. Checking for vision the entire time, and Medivh is just flying around and granting all of that and waiting for the portal to be set up. Malthael obviously is going to try and time this again. Over there to the top left, that's another 3 minutes, so with this one already taken early, it means that there's no chance for Washed France to take theirs and get counter pressure at the top. So this timing is going to be great because, again, the shrine spawns bot side, the farthest away from the top lane. Despite the fact that Washed France just won the last objective and was able to take down a keep, they're still very much so in a really difficult spot. They need to pretty much pull off the exact same thing they did in the last fight. They need to take 2, 3, 4 heroes down and end the game. That's exactly what they need to do there. There's vision already granted, and it seems they're going to try and make the play for the top. And they're stealing it away. Ha! That's a fuck you moment if I've ever seen one. They see the heroes at the bottom of the map, and they were like, wait, are you kidding? Alright, we're going to take this now. Yep, Malthael was too slow. I mean, it's not like it's going to do too much, but yeah, they're going to defend this one now easily. But yeah, that would of course be the dream for them. Alright, Shrine activating at the bottom of the map. One catapult. Can he actually save this? It would be fantastic, but he can't. So yeah, that Shaman gets taken down. A little bit of a slowdown here as well. And now it's time to shine. Let's see if the top lane can push aggressively enough or not. Diablo is already starting to move in for this. A little bit of a poke happening bot side. And we are 29 minutes into the game. 29 minutes into this game. Catapults are definitely in Winion territory. Ooh, Mena actually getting pretty much dropped here by Chris already. Diablo is sitting in the back and is just waiting for an opportunity to make an engage happen. Top lane is going to take a long time until it pushes against the core, so that's a bit of a win for Washed France. Second catapult, on the other hand, has now spawned. Yeah, there's the play again. Henning! The ring didn't hit anything. Nothing at all. Diablo on the run. There's the ley line against one fortified bunker on the ground now. Arrow too early and doesn't hit anything. Cooldowns are burned by both teams and they get very little value out of that. The mosh pit is still there though. So is the last rite. So is the apocalypse. They can still make the play and they're trying to do exactly that. 12 against 13 stacks now on the objectives as they're trying to make the play. In comes Diablo. Last rites and Masquerade gets out. Masquerade gets out. There's the APOC, connects with one. They're trying to get the kills, but they can't. And now Tychus has lost Odin. 22 against 30 stacks. Granit Gaming is ahead on it at the top lane. 3 catapults are pushing right now. Big fight and the kill against Blaze. Blaze down, and once again Medivh with the portal. Catapults at the bottom of the map too. Lauba is trying to close the distance. 38, and they get it. They're Frozen Punisher and Washed France. They know that they have to fight now. They have to win a team fight before they defend. They can't defend against both. But there's the attempt for the mosh pit. It connects, and they might get the kill against Diablo, and they do. But he had the souls, and he is going to come back. And in the meantime, as we see the chase going on, there's 3 catapults that want to go in for the core. Arrow connects with 4. 4 heroes connected with the arrow, and Hazuops gets away. Mena with another Ring of Frost here as they're trying to get the kill against him. And this time the last rites actually connect. The cold snap allowed him to get the cooldown reduced so quickly that he had another one available. But now the catapults are on the core. This is game. This is game. This is over. This is it. This is the lead for Granit Gaming in the best of 3 series at the semi-final of the HeroesHype tournament. Nicely done. GG and well played as Granit Gaming takes the victory on Infernal Shrines. Battlefield of Eternity, game number 2. Granit Gaming is in the lead against Washed France. Interesting though. First game was intense to say the least. A lot of back and forth here. And Granit Gaming has for the longest time not been able to take Washed up down. Now we have Washed France with a slightly changed lineup. Granit Gaming's own lineup obviously has been adjusted too. So maybe this time they are able to break through that little spell there. Now Vala gets banned out immediately, so even on this map they just don't want to deal with Chris. I mean, for good reason. I, for example, expect that we're going to see a target ban against Tai as well. Hammer is another ban. I mean, if I would go up against Hazuops on this map, I would definitely make sure that the Sergeant is not going to be part of the game, and that's the case. Hammer gets banned out immediately. Granit Gaming wants to have the 2-0 victory. If they can pull that off, would be fantastic for them. But yeah, let's see. With Hanzo getting banned out here. So Chris getting pretty heavily targeted now by Washed France, which actually leaves the heroes up for Tai. Just saying. I mean, Tracer is open. Alarak gets banned against Mena, which leaves us with Greymane, Tracer, Jaina, Ophia, Li Ming. All of them really strong. Some of them first pick material, even if you want to go into them. Marke, for example, with every single time that they are playing on this map goes pretty much into a Li Ming right away. But again, you have a lot of different openings here that you could definitely go for. Hazo has played a lot with Reyna, not as a first pick, but that could still be a choice that they make later on in the draft. And there we go. Chen gets picked. First pick for Dequaza. And what else are we having for them? I mean, Granit Gaming now with the double pick could go into their Tyrande play again, even with an ETC if they really wanted to. Now in the previous games they focused Malfurion more so, and actually they do it again. So even on this map they feel that Malfurion is going to be the superior choice, maybe also speccing into a potential Tracer pick, or at least threatening it. But traditionally it's more so a map for Tyrande, because she obviously helps directly to take down the Immortal as well. And Henning has been a huge fan of having that set up with Tyrande and ETC. In this case, they're not quite playing that. But yeah. Wash France, here comes Mena, and there's the Reyna pick, as mentioned before. Hazu played a lot with it. They have now good mage damage, they have the auto attack damage too. I would expect them to ban out Tracer, to be honest with you. So that should be what we're seeing from them next. Unless they're worried about the top lane. Maybe. What are we going to see for Granit Gaming, though? What do you ban in their case? I mean, right now, Granit, they could ban the main tank. They already have ETC, so you could ban one out. It's Ana, yeah. No nano boost for Mena. Which makes sense. I mean, again, you don't want Mena to have the nano boost there. So if they're not really too worried about one of the remaining frontliners, then they can always go into this. Is Tracer going to be banned, or are they instead just going for another hero? Well, trying to ban Chris out here. Malfurion and Tracer, it's pretty solid. Would be a good ban for them. Ah, Greymane also. Greymane pretty powerful with this too, so they're banning Greymane out instead. And yeah. What are we gonna have now from Granit? Is it the Tracer play or not? That's the big question here. They could make a Tracer situation happen for themselves. We also have, in terms of mages, still Ophia, which Ty played a lot. Phoenix for auto attack damage. Chromie! Alright, the OG Chromie is coming into play. Chris is starting to set it up. Copenhagen has Imperius. And now I'm interested in the last pick, because it's actually Ty that we're waiting for here. We have Chromie. Alright, the barrage just has started. Let's see if we can get a little bit more Chromie work done from them. Game 2. Granit Gaming maybe walking away with a 2-0 victory here. And qualifying for the grand final. But, yeah. Okay. Last two picks. Johanna, Rhaegar. Okay. Nothing insane. Johanna and Rhaegar here. Blessed shield that they can already use to lock targets down. And I want to see what Ty is playing now. This is going to be the biggest one. What is Ty going to head into? I don't see them go for a double mage, so I think it's either going to be Tracer or Phoenix. One of the two. And it's Tracer. I like it. We have Tracer coming in. Tracer, the final pick. Granit Gaming, they want the 2-0. Can they pull it off, or will Washed France force them into the third game of the series? Let's find out on Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 2 in the semi-final. Hazobs on Reyna for Washed France, the only remaining German in the team. Dequaza on Chen, Masquerade on Johanna, Banana H on Rhaegar, and Mena on Li Ming. On the right side of the map, we have Henning on Malfurion for Granit Gaming, Chris on Chromie, Low on ETC, Ty on Tracer, and Koopmagen on Imperius. Alright, let's get ready to rumble with this one. I'm ready to see Chris's Chromie, the OG Chromie in Europe. Is he going to be able to pull that off? Yes or no? That's a big one. Well, by now, no surprises on the level 1 talent. I mean, once again, we're seeing the first time for the little sand gnome here. It's actually kind of interesting. There's a lot of people that get really annoyed when we call her a dragon. Which is really funny to me. The lore boys get mad. So, yeah, I mean, if that's not a gnome, then I don't know what is. And, yeah, she deals with a lot of sand. So, sand gnome it is. It's a perfect name for her. And if you already have a talent that is called Gnome Speed Ahead, I mean, I don't see her with a talent called Dragon Speed Ahead. I have an ability that's a little bit labeled around that, but that's it. And that could be a kill. Oh, wow. Hazobs. Close call, but he is able to survive. But yeah, alright. So the little sand gnome. This is actually a really cool skin for her, I gotta say. Like, I really, really like that skin. I mean, the Echo alone is looking pretty sweet. 3 stacks now, and on level 4 we have sometimes a bit of an adjustment. We see the chronic condition at this point. Some say that Chromie herself is a chronic condition. But that's obviously just the haters. I would never say that. I would never ever say that. So yeah. Okay, so with this we're having additional stacks against HeroesHype. Yeah, that at the bottom of the map you can just easily stack in a 4 versus 4. Yeah, she's already murdering the damage here. Would have expected even a few more stacks for her, but so far things are going quite well. It's Imperius against Chen, obviously top side. Also a bit of a focus. A slight sneak down at the bottom to see what's going to happen her. And there we have Tracer with a quick rotation topside. Didn't really affect anything. I mean, they were obviously hoping to see if they can put a bit more pressure onto maybe Chen or steal the camp away, but that wasn't quite the case. Now Chromie at the bottom of the map, still doing her thing. But we also have Tai just lurking around. It's an interesting setup because now there is a little bit less attention, I would say, on Tai. You either have to focus on Chromie and dodging out on her damage, or you're paying attention to Tracer. So if you have a distraction like that, it's always cool for a player on a hero like Tracer. And yeah, Tai is just trying to get this damage in now, and if he can connect the bomb at some point, he might actually be able to get the first kill here. So still getting the damage in here. Nice zone out on the point, and they get the camp too. Yeah, they're going for it. They steal the camp. That's already an important one. We have 12 stacks now also for Chromie, level 4 talents for both sides. And the first objective has just been announced as the camps are taken. Again, Mane, obviously, standard build for him, power hungry, dominance. Is going to give us also the Calamity on level 7. One of the Chromie players that had basically never shifted away from dominance. Very, very aggressive mage player. And therefore we rarely see Seeker on level 4 from him. But yeah, Chromie right now just shielding this. And let's see if they can actually take a kill here and win the fight. It was interesting to see how late in the last game we saw kills coming in for the players, for the teams. So they really had a very even game in the first one. A bit of an attack against Masquerade there. Not really too effective just yet, because obviously Banana H and Rhaegar is ready to help out with the heals. Keeps himself very far in the back line. You need to be careful. I mean, so far it's just outside poke. And for Granit Gaming, they need to be cautious with this, because Li Ming in particular is quite strong with this setup. The level 7 talent that we have a bit quicker for Chromie is obviously not really that big of a deterrent just yet, but it really helps if you're playing around ETC and Malfurion to get that extra value right there. Good body blocks against Masquerade, by the way. Yeah, a few more connects, and Chromie by now is sitting on 16 stacks. The quicker you have that completed, the more damage you can push out. So that's going to be great for her. And the little trash gnome is already sitting down here at the bottom and trying to get additional damage in. And is missing from the setup at the top, which triggers nearly an immediate attack from Washed Franz. But a good root from Malfurion, shut that down quickly. Here comes the attempt for the halftime show. Lauber is still keeping that alive, and with ETC on this map, you can obviously try to get the opponent stunned into the immortal stuns. Halftime show won by Washed Franz, but only by the smallest of margin. Good lockdown against Shen. Didn't really help them too much just yet, though. Didn't follow up on that, and it's going to be a race, and that should be won by the blue team. But it's the first one, so as long as you keep the shields low, your opponent is unlikely to get too much damage with it, and that is a very small shield. 1500 HP is the only thing that's going to remain there. Level 7 talents should roughly be dropping at the same time, especially with Copenhagen now at the top trying to get some. But the problem is if he falls here, that might be an issue. Lunges away, dodges out on most of the damage, and is able to get out. With a 4-man against him, and ETC already coming in for the defense, it also means that the bottom is going to get very little, at least should. Chris is currently defending that right here. And doing his best there. Both of the teams now on level 7. And up at the top, the team fight is starting, and HeroesHype is in trouble, and HeroesHype is down. Nice kill. First blood, by the way. 5.5 minutes into the game. A bit of body blocking happening now against Masquerade. That might even give them a second kill. Yeah, Masquerade is low, and he drops too. Now, the bottom of the map, there's at least the wall that has been eliminated, but that was a really nice double kill for Granit Gaming, which gives them a chance to go for the camp topside as well, and that's exactly what they're doing, taking the opportunity to go straight in for the Khazra camp. Really well done. 20 stacks also for Chromie, means that she's halfway done with the quest now. We're having the temporal loop for her. And a little bit of a switch now that Imperius is rotating down to the bottom of the map. Little trash gnome can make his moves in the 4-man again and start to work on those stacks once more. So far, so good. I mean, again, it's still early game. We don't have the 10 abilities outside of the temporal loop, and we're pretty much in the setup where Granit Gaming is hoping to get both of the camps. They already took the Khaldor camp top side, which gives them a slight leading experience, and the rotation down to the bottom is now going to result in the second one taken by them. So that one is pretty solid. Nequaza can't do anything about it. I mean, you can just double check it, have a look there, but that's about it. And ETC has stayed topside together with Dromi, so Chris is still facing the 4-man and can stack, and Lauber is giving some protection. Whereas down to the bottom of the map, well, Copenhagen and Tai on Tracer and Imperius are still working the wall, taking one of the towers down, so that's it's been good so far. In terms of the damage output, we're, by the way, right now looking at nice 12,000 for Chromie. 16,000 then again for Mena. Yeah, he's killing it on Living as usual. But they have a lead now. Leading experience it is. It's not really a really decisive one, but it should give them a bit of an advantage maybe heading into the second Immortal phase. But yeah, heroic abilities might allow them to force a fight, but again, washed France shouldn't be caught off guard here. But there's the defense set up, level 10 abilities any second, and that might be the opportunity for play, and there we go. Trying to get the stun into the Immortal stun, but the Iron Skin was still ready. Camp at the bottom of the map is going to push aggressively against the fort, and honestly, Granit Gaming might lose that. That is why Imperius has to move down and defend it now. Dromi is already working the Immortal. They're starting to get more and solid damage in, so they're slowing it down by controlling the choke point. Main is trying to fire in from the side, but Lauber is happy to eat most of the damage here. And the halftime show is going to be won by, well, in this case, the red team. Granit Gaming has taken that lead. So, bot lane has also been defended. That was important, actually. To take down that camp, that was really important. Now they're going for a more defensive setup. The longer these poke fights last, the better for Chromie, obviously. Chris still wants to get the stacks together. ETC already moving in. Stage diving right here. Well, that's a cooldown that they're not going to get back for another 16 seconds. That hasn't really done too much for them. And as long as they are on the defensive, there is a very good chance that Washed France is going to take this one. Normally, when you're on defensive in the long run, you're going to lose. You have to make a decision at some point to go into a fight, or you're going to lose it all. That's exactly what they're looking for right now. Nequaza comes in with the ult, and that's where Chromie again gets some stacks together. Armament already used from Copenhagen. They're trying to make the play here. Temporal Loop has been utilized as well. 30 stacks for Chromie as she's just starting to stack like a maniac here. But the Protector or the Punisher, the Immortal hasn't been taken yet. I pretty much went through all of them. And Hazorps is still starting to be a little bit low here, and well, Banana H can't heal them all, but he still has the Ancestral up, so if there is a force, he can still use the panic button. But they have hold on for now, and actually, they're starting to gain a little bit more ground. Granit Gaming, that is. So they can start to push this over, and let's not forget that Chromie is actually starting to really get the numbers in here. 34 stacks already, now also sitting on the timeout, so that gives more survivability to Chris on top of all of this too. There's the 37 stacks now, and we're going to see the extra Echo coming in any second. Tai is low though, but is able to get away. Or is he? Yeah, dodges out on the damage. Ancestral on main, and now to keep Liming in play. They attempted move against ETC, but they can't get the kill. Chromie with the quest completed. ETC jumps in and just flattens Rhaegar like a pancake. Shen is down to the lockdown against, well, Malfurion and Liming. They both fall. And Chromie just getting additional damage through as Masquerade is on the run, attempting to survive here. Everybody trying to chase him down, but Tracer is already active at the Immortal, and Granit Gaming is doing an excellent job here on Immortal number 2. 24,000 damage by Chromie now. Not quite on the same level as what we're seeing from Liming here, but they take objective number 2 and have now a little bit more pressure on the map and can maybe even take the first fort down. The aggression is at the top lane, where another wave can now be taken out too, which brings them closer to level 13 with this. But Granit Gaming is looking solid now. They have the quest completed for Chromie, which is already a really, really big deal, and really is going to help with those sieged up positions that they're seeing from the red team. And that might just help them to get enough done over here now. Yep, it was already just the fire away the entire time. And Hazu just needs to dodge. I mean, again, the more Hazu has to run to just dodge out on the damage, the harder it is for him to weave in those auto attacks on the retreat. And now you can see how this fort is just getting melted down. It's a 5 versus 5, and the entire setup for Granit Gaming with 5 kills against 1 is looking really good. They get the damage in, they can make the rotation again, the top lane, there's no retreat option anymore. Immortal still gets burned down, and they're just snooping around towards the Siege Giant camp, trying to get even more camp pressure now by controlling the mercenaries, controlling the mercenary experience, and then very likely also rotating down to the bottom of the map to attempt to take the second Khaldor camp. I mean, they already have the pressure here up at the top now, and they can take another wave down, which they immediately do. That gives the camp even more pressure towards the top side. The lane gets pushed out. That is going to be a reaction from Washed France, and they have to. But down at the bottom of the map, 13 is in. The Nature's Swiftness is coming now. So it's a little bit easier for him to escape. And that's actually really important, because Chen is going to try and hunt him down. He is one of the primary targets. Malfurion needs to get out of harm's way whenever Chen is trying to go in for him. And I mean, Chen is obviously rarely going to be alone in that attempt. Talking about attempts here, that's an attempt to go straight for Hazu. Ancestral, the immediate reaction from Banana Age. Good move. Can't get the kill, but forced the reaction. Li Ming is still topside, so it's a 5 versus 4 at the bottom of the map. But it's a good, cool move from Washed France. They were actually able to just shut this attack down without even needing their 5th hero, which allowed Li Ming to take topside experience and bring them level 13, which we now have for them. And that is giving us Giddy Up, plus also the Earth Shield. Here's the fight for the bottom camp, and both of the teams are very willing to commit here. Chris has a great position set up already, and here comes the Panda. Panda comes in, Henning goes down. As I said, it's time for the Panda to chase the old geezer. Yeah, Hazops on the other hand gets also chased, and Hazops goes down, tie low, and gets away. And the camp has actually been claimed by them too. That is unbelievable. Despite the fact that they lost Malfurion, they get the counter kill, save every single hero, despite the fact that they were incredibly low, and they get the camp on top of it. Granit Gaming, 6 kills against 2, is looking fantastic in this game so far. Every time they lose a hero, they at least go for a trade. Get the damage now out. Chromie is starting to probably take the top damage in the game now. Oh, yeah, 32,000 against 33. The gap is closing. Li Ming is still busy, and well, Li Ming has nowhere near. Actually, Li Ming has a little bit more siege damage even than Chromie. Has fallen once before though. But here's the attack now. Again the attempt. Li Ming coming in for the flank and trying to insta-kill time. But he still had a couple of stacks left and jumps out. Nicely done. Good tracer play again from Granit Gaming. But now the move onto the Immortal. And the poke from Chromie is still there. Copenhagen is the one who has to actually retreat. ETC is looking for a lockdown into the stun. Tai sitting at the side here, aiming for Hazops. Wants to have an option to take him down, but they're finding Johanna. Masquerade in trouble. Temporal Loop already used. And there's the Ancestral and the Cleanse to keep Johanna in play. Well played by Rhaegar again, but Hazops gets locked down. There's the attempt with Li Ming's ult shutting down ETC. Fantastic play by Mena to save the target, to save Hazops here. It was really well done. If he doesn't get his ult out there, that power slide connects, and that's the end of Reyna. Really well done by Mena. Super defensive play from him, and he saves the teammate. And that allows them to jump in with 5 heroes again. They're making the play now. Trying to go for that Immortal, trying to go for the halftime show. ETC isn't there yet, and the poke is already there. The pings are coming, and they're trying to make it now. To the halftime show at least. There's again the setup in the back. Mena is a bit low, finds himself actually isolated. There's the timeout as we're having again the kill against Li Ming, but already Chen looking for a counter kill. He was trying to go for Chris, couldn't make it happen, and with Mena down, they need to retreat from the position here. It's going to be really difficult to hold this without her. Chromie by now has the top damage in the game. Chris is killing it. Literally. 43,000, and now they have at least a halftime show. They might get more. Mena's down for another 12 seconds, and that should allow them to get more out of this. ETC rotates down to the bottom of the map. 5 seconds until the stage dive is back up. That's what he needs here. Taps at the fountain as well, and saves the fort for the time being, and in addition to that gets the experience, which will get them closer to level 16. Jumps in immediately as they have to go for the defense though. Li Ming isn't there yet, but the fight is still ready since Washed France is going for it. They know that they're under pressure now, and they don't want to allow level 16 to come. That's a nightmare for them. An Immortal with a big shield and level 16 in the opponent's hands, that would give way too much of an advantage over to Granit Gaming. And Granit Gaming, they know how close they are on the 16. But they also need to face the music right now. They need to deal with this. They need to go for that Immortal. They need to defend at least. They're closing in on the next talent, but they just can't get it yet without going for the fight. Bit more poke happening as Tai is looking for extra damage. Tickle in experience is obviously coming up, and Chris is now setting up those mirror images to fire away and slowly poke them down. And with Imperious sitting now in experience range, they're going to get that 16. Yeah, and they can now go for the objective. They easily get this. And there's 16 right now. And it's an entire level lead and they get the Immortal too. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for Washed France. Washed France is at this point on the retreat. And I mean, granted, this is a situation that the French are familiar with, but it's not going to make things easier for them. Couldn't resist, sorry. So, yep, there comes the attack against the Shaman camp. This is an easy one for them, but it's the Immortal that really matters, and that fort is already given up. They try to get experience. They want to get 16, and they might actually get it with their Quasar topside. If they can get 16 to at least defend the keep, that would be a dream for them. That would be great. Let's see. There we have it. That's the big one. That's the big push right here. And 16 isn't ready yet. They want the Panda. ETC has stage dive. He's the one that can global in. The first tower is down. The wall destroyed. The 16 is ready. There it is. Paint him red, baby. And the mirror ball. Mena, well, they're trying to get the stage dive in against Hazu. That didn't quite work out. The Panda at the side is already trapped. Time trap activated. And here it's time for the keep. And the keep is gonna fall. The keep should fall. The keep has to fall. The keep will fall. Oh, does it? It definitely should. I mean, the Immortal takes it down, and Granit Gaming can try to retreat now. Try to move away from this one. Yeah, and the time trap is working out again. But the poke is there. I mean, 53,000 damage by now for Chris pretty much shows that what Chromie is all about. Poke, 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 poke. And in the past, a lot of times, Chromie wasn't able to win games because she isn't necessarily the best hero to secure the kill, but she's fantastic to poke the opponent down. But they have tie on Tracer. Whenever there's a hero low, Tracer is sitting in the shadows, just waiting for an opportunity to dash in, get the bomb connected, recall out, and secure that kill. And that's what he's been doing so far all game long. And they're trying to do the exact same thing again. Washed France is getting more aggressive now. They're starting to jump in. They're starting to get the aggression here. Set up for another team fight on even talents before they fall farther behind and try and take down the fort. But there it is again. Chromie in just a few seconds is going to have the level 20. But the fort is about to fall. Massive siege up right now by Washed France. And they're going to get this one. Yeah, they're pushing in for it. And they're pushing hard and they're pushing for a reason. Chromie is going to get the 20 any second. And she's still getting the damage connected here. Top lane, bit of pressure. Yeah, there's the 20 for Chromie. And we're having again the Piercing Sands. Yeah, that's great now for these setups. He's a fantastic talent for this. Shifting Sands, Piercing Sands. I mean, honestly, Chromie can now get even more damage out. I mean, the more clumped up they are, the more damage Chromie is going to get with this. And this is a map where you will just naturally clump up in a lot of these choke points that this is going around. So at this point, there's the attack again. We're already having the attack, well, nearly set up there. Top lane is also another problem. It's only a single catapult, but again, this is going to cost them another tower here. It's a big wave coming in together with the catapult, and they don't have anything to push this back yet. So yeah, that should eliminate one of the towers, and it's gonna pressure, eventually, the top keep quite a bit. So at this, once again, there's the setup. What else? I mean, right now, it's just so close. 7 kills against 2, and both of them are setting up, and the camp is at the top side, and the camp is pushing hard, and that's a huge problem. Again, that entire wall has already suffered earlier, as I showed. The tower is down, and now basically Li Ming is sitting there and saying, like, guys, I can't do anything. I have to take this camp down first, or we're going to lose the keep. So this is the chance that Granit Gaming has to push in even more aggressively. They're not going to play for 20 at this point. It's too far away, but they are poking. And Li Ming has to come in. Mena has to abandon the top lane for now, but he took down the Shaman, and that means that they at least save the keep for now. But the poke is there, and Chromie is just firing away. The Trash Gnome is starting to get serious work done. 67,000 damage by now. Those Piercing Sands are just insane in combo with the level 16 talent at this point. And she is just rocking it. Only Malfurion has died so far, and we talked about why that is. Chen is jumping onto the old geezer whenever he can. Having the added speed on level 30 makes it a little bit more difficult, but here comes the jump as ETC moves in. They're trying to go for the Panda, and the Panda goes for Malfurion. Tranquility is in, but Malf survives, and Quasar has to move out. And that's a problem now. They used a lot for this particular kill, and they didn't get it. Oh, the Clutch Ancestral. But the time trap nearly got the kill. Copenhagen is low, but so is the Panda. And the bomb connects, and that's the elimination of Chen. 5 versus 4, and immediately Imperius at the top lane tapping the fountain, making sure that they can go into the battle again. Mane is looking for an opportunity to maybe get an insta-kill, but with everybody being topped up by Malfurion, the chances of that happening are slim to none. Half a level away from level 20 from the Storm Talons. They win the halftime show handily at that, and there's the poke continuously. Even without the Panda, they need to set up a defense. They know they have to. They can't fight against level 20 Talons and the Big Immortal. They need to deal with this, and they need to deal with it now. Washed France is down in the best of 3 series. They lost map number 1. They lost barely on Infernal Shrines. And now Granit Gaming, they want to advance to the winner bracket, to the grand final actually, by taking down their opponent on the second map on Battlefield of Eternity. And the poke is there, slowly and steadily. They trying to buy time for the Panda, but Mane is low, and Mane goes down, as does Johanna. Li Ming and Jojo both eliminated, and the tie doesn't stop there. He wants to go in against Banana H. We've seen Hazob's fall as well, and that is nearly a full team wipe. Shen, the only survivor, and the only reason why he survived is he wasn't even in the fucking fight. Down they go. They drop like flies, and Granit Gaming moves to the bottom of the map to end this series and push into the grand final. Fantastic performance here by Granit Gaming. Both teams with changed lineups after the last Division S and HeroesHype Trivia series. And it seems like, at least for now, Granit Gaming, the team that comes out of this team fight between the two of them, slightly ahead. Can they win the grand final? That's something we'll have to find out later, but they can definitely win the semi-final and take Washed France down without even allowing them to take a single lap. GG and well played, as Granit Gaming takes the series with a 2-0 victory. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.